Good morning student, this is Harshara teacher. Now we are going to see in this video figures of speech and appreciation of the poem Have You Ever Seen. Already I have explained this poem in the previous lecture. Now we have start with the figures of speech of the poem used. Okay. Start with the figures of speech. So first figure of speech in the poem is or a single hair from a hammer's head. In this sentence, alliteration is used. The sound of H is repeatedly used for the poetic effect. Then second is, does the needle ever wink its eye? It is a personification and the needle is given the human quality of winking in the sentence. So winking means closing and opening the eyes. Then third is, are the tips of a rake ever going to bite? So this is also a personification. The rake is given the human quality of biting like a human. Fourth figures of speech is have the hands of the clock any left or right. So here the antithesis is used. The two opposite words that is left and right are used in the same sentence. The fifth one is and what is the sound of rich bark? This is the onomatopoeia. So what is the onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia means the use of a sound in the sentence that is for the poetic effect. So in this sentence, barking is represent the sound. So that the word bark indicates the sound, and so that the onomatopoeia figures of speech is take place. Then the sixth one, A, is does the needle ever wink its eyes? B, why does in the wing of a building fly? And what is the sound of a breech barks? All the above sentences are the interrogation. The poet have asked the question just for the poetic effects. Seventh one is, can you tickle the leaves of a parasol? Parasol means umbrella. So here it is a personification. In this sentence, the human quality of tickling is given to the umbrellas or the parasol's leaves. Then, has the foot of a mountain any toes? It is a pun. In this sentence, foot has a two meaning. One is a human foot and the second is base of the mountains. The ninth one is, and is there a pair of a garden hose? So here it is also a pun. In this sentence, two meanings are hose is used. That is a piece of a clothing worn on the legs like a stockings, and an instrument used in a garden to water the plants. And 10th one is, can you tickle the leaves of a parasol? So this is also a pun. In this sentence there are two figures of speech. One is personification, already we have seen, and second is pun. So in this sentence, leaves has a two meaning. One is a part of a human body and second is a part of an umbrella that supports the curves. In this slide we can see the pun's various meanings in the poem. So in the first stanza we'll see that the first is bed. So this bed word is used for the two meaning, that is piece of a furniture, and second is where we sleep, and second meaning is bottom of the river. Okay, then second is head, the part of the body and the top of a hammer. So all these are the head. Then second is foot, so part of a body, foot, and second meaning is base of a mountain. And the fourth is hose, a piece of a clothing worn on the legs like a stocking, like a socks. And the second meaning of hose is an instrument used in a garden to water the plants. So these are the puns used in the first stanza. Then in the second stanza, eye. First is a part of a body and second is tiny opening of a top of a needle through which the needle is added the thread inside it. Okay. And the second is wing. So part of a building, that is A wing, B wing, C wing, and the second meaning is a body part of a bird which help to bird the fly. Then ribs. Ribs means for the part of a human body, and the second meaning is part of an umbrella that supports the curves. And the fourth is in the second stanza, that is trunk, the part of a tree, and the second is trunk where we keep the articles or the clothes. Okay, and in the third stanza, first is teeth. So part of a human body for the biting we are used, and the second is a gardening tool, that is a part of a rake. Then second is hand, part of the human body and part of a clock. Then third is a plot in a land area, and the second meaning is a big or a cruel plant. Then bark, part of a tree, that is branches, and the second is sound of a dog. Dog is barking, correct? So in this way we have seen the puns, various meanings, how it is used in imaginary use of these two meanings in a same sentence, which creates the pun. In this way we have seen the various figures of speech used in the poem. In the next part of the video we'll see the appreciation of the poem. So in this part of the video we can see the appreciation of the poem. Have you ever seen? So basically in the first stanza we are writing the poem and poets and the central idea. Okay. So the poem Have You Ever Seen, written by an anonymous poet. We don't know the name of the poet. Is an interesting and amusing poem, and the poet has made use of plenty of puns. Now only we have seen the various examples are used in the pun, various meanings used in the pun for the fun. Then just for fun and enjoyment, the reader is expected to enjoy the play of a word and appreciate how the same words can have the different meanings. This is the central idea and the poem and the poet of the poem. Then the second is the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A, A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, A, F, and so on. So my favorite lines are the teeth of a rake ever going to bite? Does the needle ever wink its eye? There are several figures of speech in addition to the puns. One of them is interrogation. Can the garden plot be deep and dark? Here the question is asked, not forget the answer, but to make the hint. Then the special feature of the poem is that it is a fun, full of puns, and makes the imagination run wild. And the reader imagines all types of things like a bed sheet on the river or a needle winking its eye. The special feature of this poem is that it makes you realize the beauty of the puns used, and you enjoy this play on the words. I like the poem because it makes me laugh always. So that in this way we have seen the appreciation of the poem. Please write it down. So students, in this way we have seen the figures of speech used in the poem, puns, example, and both the meanings used in the poem, and appreciation of the poem. I hope all of you have understood whatever I have explained in this video. I'll provide the PDF file to write down all these figures of speech, puns, example, meanings, and the appreciation of the poem. Thank you students. Take care, stay home, stay safe.